Welcome back to Iraqi Dinar News, your trusted platform for up-to-date coverage on developments surrounding Iraq's currency. Today, we're exploring a topic that sparked growing interest across the dinar investor community: how a major U.S. bank like Chase might handle Iraqi dinar exchanges if a revaluation occurs. As excitement and curiosity build around a possible revaluation, countless investors are eager to understand how large financial institutions, particularly Chase, may respond. Even though an official revaluation hasn't yet been confirmed, rising speculation and behind-the-scenes readiness efforts have left many people asking, will Chase engage in these exchanges? What kind of limitations or procedures should be expected, and what paperwork will be required to complete the process? If you're planning to take your dinar to a U.S. bank like Chase, it's crucial to understand the procedures that could be involved. In this segment, we'll break down the anticipated steps, how to properly prepare your documentation, and strategies that could help you navigate this complex process more effectively. Let's begin with the most pressing question on everyone's mind. Will Chase Bank exchange Iraqi dinars once a revaluation is formally announced? This is something nearly every investor holding IQD wants to know. So far, Chase Bank has not made any public declaration either confirming or denying its readiness to handle Iraqi dinar exchanges post-revaluation. However, based on prior currency transitions and how major banks usually operate in high-impact financial scenarios, industry analysts anticipate that Chase would adopt a measured and risk-controlled strategy. When significant monetary shifts occur, it's common for leading banks to implement changes in phases. Rather than opening the floodgates for mass exchanges immediately, Chase might prioritize customers based on certain criteria such as account type, financial history, or how prepared the customer is with documentation. This phased strategy helps reduce exposure to risk and keep services running smoothly. Participation by Chase would most likely follow federal guidelines and be shaped by the bank's internal policies. This isn't simply about caution. It's about maintaining liquidity, controlling flow, and safeguarding operational security during what would be an intense volume of financial transactions. One important area that potential exchangers must consider is the possibility of daily exchange limits. If these are put into effect, they could influence how quickly you're able to turn your dinars into US dollars or other currencies. Don't expect to walk in and cash out everything in one visit. The process could extend over several business days or even longer, depending on your total dinar holdings and your banking status. In major transitions like this, such limits are standard practice to ensure banking systems aren't overwhelmed. Clients in premium banking categories, such as Chase Private Client or JP Morgan Wealth Management, may receive higher exchange thresholds. For standard account holders, stricter caps may apply. These rules aren't meant to punish customers. They're part of a broader plan to keep operations stable and avoid bottlenecks. Why does Chase, and banks like it, enforce such limits? It's a matter of financial security. When millions attempt to exchange simultaneously, systems can become strained. Unrestricted access could lead to logistical disruptions, increased fraud risk, and overburdened staff. Federal compliance also plays a key role here. Chase is bound to follow regulations like Know Your Customer or KYC protocols, anti-money laundering safeguards, and internal risk control. These measures are designed to guarantee each transaction is lawful, documented, and transparent. Before you step foot into a Chase branch, you'll want to be fully prepared. Expect that your exchange request will go through a detailed vetting process. Proof of purchase will likely be required. That includes original receipts or legitimate documentation showing where, when, and from whom your Iraqi dinars were acquired. Without these records, your exchange request could be delayed or even rejected. Additionally, you'll need a government-issued photo ID, such as a valid driver's license or passport. If you're not already a Chase account holder, additional verification steps might be requested. Be ready to explain the origin of the funds used to purchase your currency. Being organized now could save you hours or days when the time comes. Clients within Chase's private banking divisions could receive priority treatment during this period. They're accustomed to more customized services and may gain quicker access to transactions, fewer restrictions, and additional advisory services to help manage any financial windfall, like investment planning or tax strategy sessions. This doesn't mean regular customers will be excluded, but it does suggest that extra documentation, longer processing times, and potential follow-ups might be part of the experience. Patience and preparation will be critical in getting through it smoothly. That answer is coming up in Part 2, the short version. In most cases, immediate cash withdrawals after converting your Iraqi dinar into US dollars will be limited. High liquidity demands often force banks to regulate cash distribution tightly, especially during extraordinary financial events. Instead of handing out large sums in cash, Chase Bank will likely prefer or even require that funds be dispersed electronically. This could include wire transfers to your checking or savings account, transfers to investment platforms, or issuance of official bank checks. If you require physical cash in large quantities, you may need to schedule an appointment in advance, and fulfillment will depend on the branch's cash availability and the size of your request. For those holding substantial amounts of dinar, this means planning is crucial. Make arrangements ahead of time, communicate with your branch, and confirm availability if you anticipate a significant withdrawal. Being proactive now will prevent delays and confusion when the revaluation does happen. Also, prepare for potential verification delays if your transactions are unusually large. Banks may require a justification for such withdrawals due to risk protocols and regulatory requirements. Establishing a financial relationship with Chase now could help streamline those conversations later. Another area of concern is timing. Many holders mistakenly believe that exchanging their dinar will be a simple one-day process. However, this is rarely the case in situations involving large foreign currency transitions. Be prepared for multiple steps, extended timelines, and possible waiting periods. Factors influencing the speed of your transaction include your account type, whether your documentation is complete, and how many others are attempting exchanges at the same time. It's entirely possible that Chase, like other institutions, may experience backlog due to high volume. That's why being among the first to act, while being properly prepared, can significantly improve your overall experience. Now is the time to make a strategy. If you haven't already, consider these 5 immediate actions. First, open a Chase account if you're not already a customer. Establishing a banking relationship early on builds trust and speeds up internal processing. Second, collect and organize every receipt and proof of purchase related to your Iraqi dinar. These documents are vital for validating your holdings. Third, reach out to a Chase representative or private client advisor. Ask whether there are specific internal procedures already in place for foreign currency revaluations. While they might not confirm much, establishing contact may give you an edge later. Fourth, start building a phased exchange strategy now. Accept that converting everything at once might not be possible. Instead, break it down into manageable stages that align with expected limits. And finally, think ahead about what you'll do with your funds after the exchange, whether that involves investment, debt repayment, or working with a tax consultant. Former President Trump's previous comments about foreign currencies and economic realignment may have helped fuel public interest in revaluation scenarios like this one. While official confirmation from U.S. banks is still pending, the broader financial community is quietly watching Iraq's movements. The global economy is constantly evolving, and major institutions like Chase are preparing for potential changes behind closed doors. When the moment comes, the key to success will be preparation, awareness, and patience. Even though the revaluation has not yet occurred, it's becoming increasingly important for holders of the Iraqi dinar to stay informed and ready. No one can predict the exact day it will happen, but those who take the time now to prepare, who understand how Chase and similar banks are likely to respond, will be in a far stronger position when that day arrives. Stay alert, stay organized, and stay connected with Iraqi Dinar News for the latest developments, updates, and strategies. Thank you for watching and supporting Iraqi Dinar News. Your financial future could be just one policy shift away. Make sure you're ready for it.